You know what is good on a kind of cold, maybe dreary day? Go see a movie. And you know what? The great thing is there's a whole host of really interesting movies all based on a theme. We're talking about the ImageOut LGBT Film Festival, which kicked off this past weekend. And joining us now from ImageOut, the development director, John Williams, and film programmer, Michael Gamilla. John and Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning.
So
thank you.
This started last week, and I love film festivals because they show films, and these films are from all over the world, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so you've shown all these films, and they all have this theme, right? So we're talking about LGBT issues.
Yes.
Right, okay. And talk about the fact that this is not the first year you've done it.
That's right. We're in our 23rd year consecutive.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We feel that we're adding a wonderful dialogue in this community about diversity and inclusion through film. It speaks to people in special ways, and it's a film festival for all audiences with fine, high-quality film from all over the world.
Yeah, these are, in some cases, independent filmmakers who are showing their films, and that's why I love these kinds of film festivals, because you get to see people you would normally get to see.
Yeah, and I travel all over the world to find all these films and do my research to make sure that the best LGBT films are shown here in Rochester. And you know, a lot of the films are not just entertaining, they're also educational, especially now that the LGBT community is front and center in the news, especially last summer with the fight for marriage equality and, you know, all the news about Caitlyn Jenner. So our movies show the different stories of the LGBT people. So.
Yeah, and there's, I mean, these films, you know, they're not stereotypical. They show people in meaningful relationships, you know, who have deep connections, who, you know, have a whole lot going on in their lives. I mean, this is the great thing about these films is the people in them are multifaceted, right?
It's no different than any movie you'd see.
Right.
Well, better. But it's just that instead of seeing, you know, the characters are usually of LGBT persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what's been the reaction from people when they go to these things? And do you ever have like Q&As afterward, or how do people kind of connect after the film is done?
It's been a wonderfully received festival once again. People are very enthusiastic about the product this year. We do have Q&A often with actors or directors who have come to town. We have a great reputation in presenting good hospitality for those people, so it sells itself, and they come year after year to join us, and those dialogues are very meaningful for our audiences.
Yeah, like you said, this is a really interesting time in our history as a nation when it comes to these issues, so there's a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, and especially with the documentaries that we present, I feel that's the most interesting. Those are the most interesting films to have the filmmakers as guests here, because the audience, and the audience have a chance to clarify issues that they've seen on screen. And we had several of those films from the weekend, and we have a few more coming up in the next few days.
I'm glad you asked that, or I'm glad you brought that up, because yes, the film festival continues through Sunday. There are films tonight, and we're talking Dryden Theater, Little Theater. What are some of are those the main two, the biggest venues?
Those are the two venues.
Okay, and they're excellent venues, which they're the best in Rochester.
Definitely.
So if you're interested, there's still plenty of time to go see some great films.
Oh, yes. Tonight we have our dramatic centerpiece, the new film from François Ozon, who's a famous French director, and one of the actresses is Anne de Moustier, which is the current it girl of French cinema. And it's called The New Girlfriend.
Yeah,
and,
I see that.
Yeah, and
that's tonight at 8:45 at the Little Theater.
Yeah, and that film actually has done theatrical release, but it's never gone here through Rochester. So
don't miss it, folks. The ImageOut Film Festival. Thank you so much for joining us.